In 2005, scientists discovered a distant planet whose atmosphere closely resembled that of Earth. This mysterious planet was named Planet G. Just 1 year later, in 2006, NASA developed the most powerful transmission device ever, 5 times more powerful than any previous device. This marked the beginning of an unprecedented mission aimed at establishing contact with the unknown planet. This mission was named the Buchan Project. Under this project, scientists planned to send signals towards Planet G so that if any intelligent civilization existed there, they could perceive our presence. For this purpose, gigantic dish antennas were installed on the hills of Hawaii, transmitting a highly powerful signal once every 24 hours. This signal first reached a satellite in space, which amplified it and transmitted it toward Planet G. The process of sending signals had now begun. Meanwhile, the story shifted to the city of Oahu in Hawaii, where lived a careless and carefree young man named Alex Hopper. Alex had no purpose in life. He was just passing his days aimlessly, enjoying himself. However, on that day, he noticed a beautiful girl named Samantha, and he fell in love with her at first sight. In an attempt to impress her, Alex crossed all limits and ended up getting arrested. Fortunately, his brother, Stone Hopper, a commander in the U.S. Navy, bailed him out, as he always did. But this time, Stone revealed a bitter truth. The girl Alex was dreaming of settling down with was none other than the daughter of Admiral Terrence Shane of the U.S. Navy. However, Alex was unfazed. He only saw Samantha, not her father or their status. But Stone was fed up with Alex's aimless and reckless life. He felt that if things didn't change soon, Alex would be completely ruined. With this thought, Stone directly enlisted Alex in the U.S. Navy to teach him the meaning of responsibility. The story picked up pace as a few years passed. However, Alex's old habits of stubbornness and carelessness still clung to him. But Samantha's love had kept him grounded. Thanks to that love, Alex had now risen to a responsible position in the U.S. Navy. He was a lieutenant on the destroyer ship USS John Paul Jones. Alex and Samantha's relationship was now on the brink of marriage, but a significant obstacle remained. Samantha's father, Admiral Terrence, still viewed Alex as a useless young man. Therefore, Alex lacked the courage to ask the Admiral for Samantha's hand in marriage. Alex Hopper and his older brother, Commander Stone Hopper, were part of the RIMPAC naval exercise happening in Hawaii. RIMPAC, or Rim of the Pacific Exercise, is the world's largest and most powerful naval exercise where navies from several countries come together for war training and coordination practice so that when the time for an actual war comes, they can respond unitedly. This year's RIMPAC training included powerful navies from the US, Japan, Australia, and Korea. Alex was aboard the USS John Paul Jones destroyer while his brother Stone was the captain of the USS Sanson. Today was the first day of the RIMPAC exercise, and all the naval forces were showcasing their combat techniques. During this time, a catastrophic event occurred in space. The signal amplifier satellite in space was transmitting a signal toward Planet G when suddenly a portal opened in that direction. Out of this portal emerged some terrifying shapes. 5 unknown alien objects being pulled by a gravitational force directly toward Earth. But then, one of the objects collided with a satellite in its path. The collision was catastrophic, the satellite was destroyed, and the trajectory of that alien object changed. 4 objects fell into the ocean near Hawaii, but one object crashed directly into China, causing massive devastation in the city of Hong Kong. This incident created a stir worldwide. An emergency meeting was convened with NASA scientists and U.S. government officials. NASA scientists claimed that these alien objects must have come from Planet G, where signals had been sent for months under the Buchan Project. This meant that there truly was an intelligent alien civilization present on Planet G that had now revealed its presence. But was this a message from them or an attack? This question kept NASA and the U.S. government awake at night. Meanwhile, the Navy forces training in the Pacific Ocean received news of the incident. The alien object had fallen just a few miles away from them in the ocean. The captain of Alex's ship coordinated with Stone and a Japanese ship, and the 3 combat vessels headed toward the incident site to assess the situation. On the other hand, NASA received crucial information from China. The alien object that had fallen in Hong Kong was made of an unknown element that was not found anywhere on Earth. It appeared to be some kind of communication device. Although the device was completely destroyed in the crash, the question arose, why had the aliens sent a communication device to Earth? Did they want to contact someone? But who? Meanwhile, Alex and Stone, along with the Japanese ship, were rapidly approaching the incident site when they spotted a mysterious shape emerging from the ocean not far from them. It was some alien object, but it was difficult to tell from a distance whether it was a ship or something else. Alex and Stone kept their eyes on the object for a while, but there was no movement, nor did anything appear to come out of it. Then Captain Stone sent Alex and 2 soldiers to investigate the object. They boarded a small boat and slowly approached the object. Before them stood a strange, tall, and massive pillar that had its roots reaching deep into the ocean. Without a moment's hesitation, Alex jumped onto the surface near the pillar and made his way through the shallow water to reach it. The pillar had some strange, protruding shapes. As soon as Alex tried to touch them, he received a powerful electric shock and fell back. At that moment, a burst of energy erupted from 2 platforms near the pillar, spreading into the sky and creating a transparent shield, an invisible energy shield, around the pillar with a radius of several kilometers. Now, all 3 of Alex's combat ships were trapped inside this energy shield, as if bottled up like a genie. No signal could escape, nor could any help come in. All around was eerie silence and invisible walls. Meanwhile, a jet from the Air Force was rapidly approaching that direction, but it was obscured from view by the shield. As soon as the jet collided with the shield, a massive explosion occurred, scattering the plane's debris. On the other hand, all soldiers stationed on the ships inside the energy shield went on high alert, readying their weapons. Meanwhile, Alex and his 2 fellow soldiers were witnessing a terrifying sight near the pillar. A horrifying vortex was rising in the water as if something heavy was coming out from the depths of the ocean. Suddenly, 3 gigantic alien ships leapt out of the water, bouncing like dolphins, and positioned themselves in a formation as if they were an army standing guard over the pillar. The entire naval force was struck with terror at the sight of them. Amidst this, Alex noticed that those ships had a very strong wind shield, meaning it was possible that aliens were inside them. However, nothing could be seen from outside. Suddenly, a powerful sound wave emitted from one of the alien ships, shattering the glass of all the vessels and temporarily deafening the entire army. Interpreting this attack as a warning of war, Captain Stone sounded the alarm for battle. Stone's forces fired missiles at one alien ship, but the aim was off. At that moment, the alien ship also launched a barrage of missiles, and in an instant, Stone's ship was obliterated. In that attack, Stone and all the soldiers aboard his ship were killed. Witnessing his brother die before him, Alex was stunned, but a fire of revenge ignited within him. He immediately boarded his destroyer ship and began searching for the ship's captain, only to be informed by the soldiers that the captain had also died in the attack. This news shocked Alex because after the captain, he was the next senior officer on the ship. Now, he had to take responsibility for his crew. Initially, Alex felt a bit panicked, but the desire for revenge for his brother's death consumed him. He ordered his team to load their weapons and prepared to launch an all-out attack on the alien ship. Seeing Alex's ship readying for battle, the captain of the Japanese ship, Nagata, alerted his team to support Alex. However, after the previous attack, the alien ships had gone completely quiet. But as soon as Alex and Nagata aimed their ship's weapons at the alien ship suddenly sprang back into action, launching a barrage of missiles that destroyed Nagata's ship. Fortunately, Nagata and his team jumped into the water to save themselves. But Alex understood that any hasty decision made in anger could cost him and his entire crew their lives. So, he calmed himself and withdrew the weapons from the ship. The ship became quiet again. Alex rescued Nagata and the remaining soldiers, bringing them back to his ship. At that moment, the aliens began moving again. From the pillar emerged a space shuttle-like shape and 3 spinning gold drones, heading straight toward urban areas. These drones, now referred to as shredder drones, were actually destroyers. As soon as they detected any military or electronic weapon and sensed even the slightest danger, they would immediately obliterate it, whether it was vehicles, helicopters, or humans. The drones wreaked havoc in the surrounding areas. Meanwhile, Alex's girlfriend, Samantha, was on the hills of Oahu Island. Samantha, a physiotherapist, was helping a retired Army veteran named Mick Canals, who had lost both his legs in a war, learn to walk again with prosthetic legs. Oahu Island was also under the aliens' invisible shield, which had completely blocked signals there as well. Suddenly, Samantha and Mick saw the alien ship passing by. They were stunned. Just then, a local police unit arrived, informing Samantha and Mick that there had been an alien attack in the area. The police advised them to return home and headed toward the observatory. Meanwhile, the alien ship landed near the observatory, and as soon as the hatch opened, aliens wearing armor suits emerged silently, but with lethal intent. They attacked the observatory without wasting a moment. The once peaceful atmosphere was now filled with screams. At that moment, the local police unit was advancing in that direction, completely unaware of the deadly fate awaiting them. Suddenly, an alien appeared and smashed the car's window with a powerful punch. Attacking at lightning speed, he wiped out all the police officers in an instant. Meanwhile, Alex's team discovered something shocking. An alien, wearing an armor suit, washed ashore. All the soldiers were eager to see what would emerge from that armor suit. Just then, Alex removed the helmet, and what he saw sent a chill down everyone's spine. It was an alien of human shape. Its facial structure was somewhat similar to that of humans, but its beard was sharp like thorns, and its fingers looked very strange. Alex opened its eyes and shone a flashlight into them. Its eyes were deep black. Suddenly, its eyes changed color like a chameleon. The alien suddenly woke up and grabbed Alex's face with its broad hands. As soon as the alien touched Alex, he began to see images from its mind. He understood the alien's entire plan. They were preparing to attack Earth. Just then, Alex's companions pulled the alien away from him, but at that moment, a loud explosion rocked the ship. Amidst the smoke and noise, the ship's door broke open, and the alien's companions rushed in. Strangely, they caused no harm to anyone. They simply picked up their injured companion and quietly exited, as if they were completely oblivious to Alex and his team. Alex found this very strange. However, at that moment, he was already terrified knowing the aliens' intentions. On the other hand, NASA had uncovered the aliens' plans to invade Hawaii. The aliens wanted to signal their army to call them to Earth for war, but their communication system had been destroyed in the crash in China. That was why they had now taken control of the Hawaiian Islands, where the powerful transmitter of the Buchan Project was located, which they were modifying to send signals to their planet's people. This was alarming because only 5 alien ships had come to Earth so far, causing such devastation. But what would happen if the aliens succeeded in contacting their planet's people? How many aliens would invade Earth, potentially erasing humanity's existence? This information left everyone terrified. Meanwhile, Samantha was heading toward the observatory with Mick when a panicked man ran up to them. He was visibly shaken and scared. His name was Kyle Zapata, a scientist from the Buchan Project. He informed Samantha and Mick that the aliens had taken over their observatory, killed all the scientists, and were now preparing to send signals to their planet. Hearing this, Samantha and Mick were stunned. Kyle further explained that their deep space satellite, which amplifies signals, only comes to a specific position once every 24 hours. Only at that time can signals be sent from Earth to the alien planet, and they had only 5 hours left to reach that position. If the aliens were not stopped before then, the end of the world would be certain. This revelation plunged Samantha and Mick into deep concern. Now, it was not just about one person but the entire human race, and from here, they decided to thwart the aliens' plans. Meanwhile, Alex and his team were also thinking of a plan. During this time, a technician on Alex's team discovered something while examining the alien helmet. He showed Alex an image of a lizard known as a leopard gecko. The eyes of that lizard matched perfectly with the alien's eyes. The technician informed Alex that this lizard is quite sensitive to sunlight, and the alien's helmet works like sunglasses, but is much more advanced, containing moisture and light oxygen. All this indicates that the aliens are also sensitive to sunlight. Perhaps, like the leopard gecko, these aliens cannot see well in sunlight, which is why they did not notice us. It is possible that they could only see us through the scanners fitted in their helmets. Alex now knew of a weakness of the aliens. They could not see them directly. They could only detect weapons and sense danger to attack. With this knowledge of the aliens' weakness, Alex resolved to eliminate them. Japanese Commander Nagata was also with Alex. However, to destroy the aliens, they first had to take down the 3 attacking machines, followed by the mothership. But it was now nighttime, making it difficult to see the aliens. Additionally, the alien energy field had completely disabled Alex's ship's radar, meaning they could not see any alien ships on the screen or detect their movements. The entire Navy team was tense because the enemy was not visible. But then, Nagata came up with a strange yet brilliant suggestion. He pointed out that there were NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, tsunami warning buoys around Hawaii that detect disturbances in the depths of the ocean, such as earthquakes or large objects moving. Since the alien ships were cutting through the water, their weight and speed caused disturbances in the ocean that could be detected by these buoys. Nagata and Alex created a grid where each buoy represented a point. As soon as a significant wave was detected in a certain area, they could estimate the direction and speed of the alien ships. The entire system worked as if it could sense the enemy's movements underwater without eyes. During this time, they observed that all 3 alien destroyer ships were heading toward their ship, possibly sensing danger. They were moving in a pattern. Alex and Nagata deciphered their movement pattern and, at the right time and position, managed to destroy 2 of the alien ships in one strike. A wave of joy swept through Alex and his entire team. Now they hoped they could defeat the aliens. Meanwhile, Samantha was trying to contact Alex, but the aliens had jammed signals on that island, making it impossible for her to reach him. Fortunately, Kyle was with her. He informed them that the aliens were using an electromagnetic field to jam signals, but he had a special spectrum analyzer device that could help them contact Alex. Kyle stealthily entered his observatory and brought out his device. Samantha immediately called Alex and informed him that the aliens were setting up a communication system on Oahu Island to summon their army. They had only 4 hours left to destroy the entire island and eliminate the aliens. Just then, the call was disconnected. At that moment, Alex noticed that the aliens had figured out their strategy. The last remaining alien ship changed its pattern and began to surround their ship from behind. Now, it was difficult to hit it in the darkness. Only 40 minutes remained until dawn. Alex decided to be clever. He continued to evade the alien ship until morning. As soon as dawn broke, Alex maneuvered his ship behind Oahu Island and brought it directly in front of the alien ship, firing a shot that shattered the alien ship's windshield. As the blinding sunlight hit the aliens inside, they became temporarily blinded, only able to see the sun's glare. In that moment, Alex and Nagata launched rockets, destroying that ship as well. Alex and his entire crew were filled with enthusiasm, but then their joy was overshadowed when the mother alien ship sent out 2 shredder drones that obliterated Alex's ship. Fortunately, Alex, Nagata, and the remaining soldiers managed to escape the ship in a boat, but losing the destroyer ship was a significant setback for them. Meanwhile, Samantha, who was on Oahu Island, watched through binoculars as Alex's ship was destroyed. She felt she had lost Alex, but she was also saddened by the fact that there was now no one left to stop the aliens. Just then, Mick showed courage. Even though he had lost his leg, a soldier's blood still flowed in his veins. He hopped into a police car with Samantha and headed toward the observatory, where the aliens were about to complete their communication setup. On the other hand, Alex's team was disheartened, heading toward the shore. Without a ship and weapons, fighting the aliens seemed impossible. Suddenly, Alex spotted an old battleship named Mizori on the shore. Although that ship had been used only as a museum until now, it was about to become their weapon against the aliens. Alex reached the ship with his team. However, the control system of that 70-year-old ship was also outdated, and the soldiers were unfamiliar with it. Fortunately, they encountered some brave old sailors who had previously commanded that ship. These elderly sailors had been invited as guests for RIMPAC training, but had also been trapped inside the aliens' invisible shield. Now, these old sailors joined Alex in the fight. Together, they transformed that old ship back from a museum into a battleship. But this battle was not easy. On one side was the aliens' mothership, equipped with advanced technology, and on the other was Alex's 70-year-old battleship, Mizori. Still, fearless Alex and his brave team launched a direct assault on the mothership. Undoubtedly, the aliens were far more advanced than they were. Their ship was massive and equipped with modern weapons, overpowering Alex's forces at every turn. But perhaps the aliens did not realize that cunning, bravery, and strategy are unmatched by humans.